Welcome back. You are here with R Master J, and today we are doing a comic book review of Altrverse issue 0. This is a pilot issue of the Altrverse, which is currently two different stories that also appear to be in two different universes of characters and storylines that were created by Jacksepticeye. The book is published by Bad Egg, which also publishes comics produced by Charlie, aka Mr. Moist Critical. I would wager a guess that if this new series does well, Bad Egg will continue to work with content creators and publish their works. I will note that I did not personally have any experience watching Jack's content, nor do I know anything about these characters, but from what I can understand, there is something that he has used as part of skits within his content. The first story is Void Silver, and not Sliver, which is what I had been calling it until I was preparing for this review. Void Silver is based around Marvin the Magnificent, who lives in a world of magic, enchantments, and sorcery. Marvin is brought in as support of a murder investigation that is believed to be magical in nature. So as part of a group of hooded and masked magical beings, they are able to mind control and erase the memories of the cops on site. The presumed leaders of this group then follow up those actions with necromancy and mind reading that ends up completely destroying the host. We learn that he'd been killed by something that appeared out of a void that seemed to be caused by a science experiment gone wrong. Our main character then ends up having his mind erased by the leaders, just like a Men in Black neuralizer. Lucky for him, he remembers to have his mask record the events for him, knowing this could happen, but it takes our feline friend Higgins to help him remember he even did it. I really like this story and the world that's being built. The Mass Secret Society of Magical Beings is a fun concept, though it's been done before. This seems to have a fun twist that can be brought to light through the comic medium. Also, I have a soft spot for fun story narrators, especially when they happen to be animals. What do you think, Wally? Well, I can definitely see myself in this story and find myself to be of the highest intelligence. I really hope to see more of Higgins in the future books. Thanks, Wally. The artwork is simple and in anime style without being overly expressive. The colors are clean and right in the sweet spot of saturation for my personal taste. This feels like a believable world where there are people who have magical abilities. We don't have a whole lot of information based on the 19 pages provided, but I was given enough to want to dive into the Void Silver world. The second story is the somewhat incredible Jackie Boy Man, which the story of Jackie, our physically enhanced boy man, who lives in a crummy city apartment and leverages his ability to be a mediocre Uber Eats delivery guy. On this day during his deliveries, he comes across robots that are attacking over a flipped car, and Jackie jumps to save the day and defeat the robots, only to find out it was a corporate demonstration of robots trying to execute a fire and rescue situation. This obviously does not go over well with the man in charge, and after some yelling at Jackie, he darts off and completes his delivery. We get a little insight into what's to come based on references to space, realities, and time at the beginning of the story, along with an end page showing glimpses of what was and is to be. In contrast to our first story, I didn't care for Jackie Boy Man. I didn't think the title was very good to begin with, and then the setup of the character did not change my opinion. The fact that there's someone that's physically enhanced, could only apply their skills to food delivery seems silly, and then to have him topple an organized demonstration that would have been clear as day was not actually a robot apocalypse kind of again seemed very silly. The artwork is again very simple in the style of Void Silver, simple anime influence illustrations, but did take more of a cartoony approach along with the big exaggerated faces. I believe this is just the tone for the story, fun, lighthearted, and silly, but for me personally, those tones didn't help me overcome the actual story and the main character, which I just didn't care for. One side note was my book did have a crease in it from the limited packaging that's used during delivery. While for me this wasn't a major issue, for the comic collectors out there, this would be a major hit to the potential grading of the book, even with something as minor as this crease. Not sure if this is something that Bad Egg wants to consider as they jump into more comic book publishing and distribution, but sending damaged, even minor damaged goods is not a great look. So Altrverse appears to have two book projects, of which only one I will be continuing to support in Void Silver. I hope that the books are not continuing to be published as one with about 20 pages at a time being shared on each story, because for me that'd probably be a big turnoff, and I probably wouldn't end up supporting it going forward. But if they stay as two separate stories, I will definitely be picking up Void Silver issue 1. I don't normally give grades on these pilot issues, but I think it's pretty clear from my review where I stand on the two stories. So what did you think of Altrverse issue 0? Did you like Void Silver as much as me? Did you enjoy Jackie Boy Man? Let me know in the comments below. And with that, please like and subscribe. And as always, GG's everybody, GG.